Well, customers down under at the Cargo's Wharf restaurant in South Wales were surprised to see a pelican wander in and get in line to order. The pelican must have been planning on dining because he even went over to the ATM inside the restaurant. Now, some folks were a little surprised that the bird would even come inside with all the human customers, but I don't see why. I mean, he's called a pelican, not a pelicant. And by the way, it was alleged on checkout that the owner asked the pelican, "Don't you have any smaller bills?" And the bird replied, "Sorry, this is the way God made me." Yeah. Okay, let's admit it. We've all had that moment. We've set our travel bag on the scale at the check-in, and the airline employee points at the scale showing that our bag is overweight. Sometimes they point to us and say we're overweight, but that's a whole different story. And then we owe a small mortgage on the bag. Well, a woman from the Philippines, Mrs. Gail Rodriguez, showed the airline what for when she just put on 5 T-shirts, 3 pairs of pants, 3 jackets, and wore them all on the plane, eliminating 4.5-pound luggage weight overage. Ms. Rodriguez said she will never attempt to layer herself with clothing at the airport again because it was really hot. And she also said that if she'd known her picture would go viral, she would have done a better job of posing. All right, now this next one, I swear this is a real news story. It is not something like CNN would put out fake news. This is real. But it sounds like it's something that came out of an old Cheech and Chong movie. A deputy in Pasco County, Florida, posted a video on Twitter asking a Florida man, surprise there, huh? Asked him to stop calling 911 to complain that his roommate stole his stash of marijuana. He called 911 to tell him that. I should mention that marijuana is still illegal in Florida for recreational use, because you would certainly never guess that. The deputy didn't arrest the caller. He just begged him to stop calling the 911 dispatcher about his stolen weed. Honestly, I thought the man would be too phoned to stone home. See what I did there? Truthfully, this fellow was so high, he probably planted Cheerios thinking they were donut seeds. By the way, the police would also appreciate if the roommate who stole the pot would stop calling 911 to tell him, "Hey, dude, that was my weed." Well, Halloween is just around the corner, and that means decorations, candy, and fistfights with 3-year-olds. Well, that is if you're a spider. So let me explain. Young Charlie McCormick was frightened by an animatronic spider and did what any future boxing champion would do. He took that spider on. Watch.
Okay, Charlie. Charlie, it's okay. It's okay. Okay. Okay, Charlie.
Yeah, go to your corner, kiddo. The round is over and you won. No doubt about it.
Oh, Governor, you're bringing back so many memories tonight. I knew a guy with a pet spider that he took out to dinner once. Now, when the meal came, the spider took one bite, dropped dead. My friend gets up, leaves money on the table, and starts to leave when the server yells, "Hey, you can't leave that lion on the floor." You know what my friend told him?
No.
That's not a lion, it's a spider. Duh. Lion on the floor?
Yeah, we got it. Hey, by the way, you know why you can never trust spiders?
No.
Because they're constantly posting stuff on the web. That was as bad as yours, maybe worse.
Pretty bad.
Now, before we wrap things up, let's take a moment to salute those creative Americans who wanted to don unforgettable costumes for Halloween, only to fall just a little bit short of their efforts. Like this guy who tried to look like the gingerbread man. Or maybe this woman who wanted to make an anti-smoking statement. Or perhaps this kid who turned a water cooler accident into a costume. And then there's this little burrito baby who is not on the menu at Chipotle. And by the way, heaven help this fellow when he tries to circulate as a narwhal. And finally, what kids' party would be complete without a pint-sized Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump for Halloween? Well, just like a stingy neighbor with an army of kids at the front door asking for candy, we got to go. But always remember, we read the news. Now, if you want more videos like that one, hit the subscribe button below and the notification bell right next to it. And if you leave a comment, positive or negative, I'll be sure that my dog Toby sees it and responds to you in kind.